welcome back to our lecture series in linear control system. So in last few classes we were discussing in detail about root locus diagram. So all the rules for constructing root locus diagram are over. Now you know well how to draw the root locus diagram if some open loop transfer function like g of s into h of s is given. So first point you should notice that for all questions related to root locus, you will be getting only open loop transfer function g of s h of s. Please note down. You will be getting only open loop transfer function g of s h of s. So if you want to convert to characteristic equation, there is two methods. First method you can do like you have to find closed loop transfer function g of s by 1 plus g of s h of s. This is closed loop transfer function, and denominator of closed loop transfer function equal to 0. That will give you characteristic equation. You have to take the denominator and then equal to 0. That will give characteristic equation. But in case of root locus diagram, you will not be having any knowledge about g of s, because normally this product will be given. G of s into h of s will be given in the question. Then how you can find g of s? That's why you have to adopt the second method for finding characteristic equation. What is the second method? The same thing, but you have to do like this. You have to find 1 plus g of s h of s and equate to 0. Both will have same answer. One moment. Please check by using this thing, g of s h of s. Then you will get its characteristic equation. Suppose in this g of s h of s, if I am giving for assume that g of s is equal to k by s plus 2 and h of s is equal to s, then this is okay. G of s h of s is equal to k into s by s plus 2. If this split up is given, you can use this method. Otherwise, if split up is not given, directly easy way characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So you please do one thing, analyze by using both the method, by method 1 and method 2. So because I am giving split up here, then only you can do, and check whether the answers are right or wrong, right or not. Definitely these two will give same answer, but provided you should be having the split up g of s and h of s. Generally the split up will not be there in root locus problem, so you have to go with 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. Okay, I hope this is clear. If this is not clear, please work out the method to find characteristic equation by using this method and this method. Okay. Anyhow, I will be rubbing this area because this is not needed now, because in our calculation we are always following method 2 in case of root locus diagram. So today's class is all about stability from root locus diagram. How we can find the stability from root locus diagram. So root locus diagram, everything is known for you. So I am taking a simple example. G of s h of s is equal to k. K is a gain. What is k? That question may come across to you for many times. K is simply a gain. If it is an AC system like this, we can provide some gain, DC gain. Still the parameters are same, but we are adding some DC gain like that. Gain is all the parameter behavior of system will remains same, but we are giving some boosting. That is possible in designing, that how we can give such a gain. Such things are there, but for the constraint of our syllabus, it is not that much easy to go to all those topics. Anyhow, gain is nothing but a constant term that we can add with the transfer function. or we can vary the gain of the system from 0 to infinity. That is the case. So generally we are varying the gain of the transfer function from 0 to infinity. First of all, you should note one point. While each branch of root locus is starting from open loop pole and it will end in open loop 0. I think this point is clear for all of you. All the branch will start from a pole and end from a 0. Both that pole and 0 will be of open loop transfer function. Up to this moment, we didn't have any steps related to closed loop transfer function. But in this today's class, we will relate both these things. Then only we can represent this term, stability. Okay. So all the calculations for drawing root locus are carried with open loop transfer function g of s h of s. So each branch of root locus diagram will start from open loop pole and end in open loop 0. If open loop 0 is not there in our question, what happened? Our root locus diagram will travel up to infinity to meet its own 0. I think this is known for all of you. If you are having doubt, please refer our previous videos. So in this question, pole will be always taken from denominator and zeros will be always taken from numerator. In the denominator, s plus 2 is the term. It is a first order system, s plus 2. So open loop, value of open loop s plus 2 is equal to 0, then s is equal to minus 2. Only one pole is there. Is there any 0? Yes, there is a s term in numerator. So equate that to 0. Then open loop 0 is s is equal to 0. So one pole is there, one 0 is there. One finite pole is there, one finite 0 is there. So no need to travel to infinity. That means no need for drawing asymptote. Mathematically, number of asymptote is equal to number of pole minus number of 0. Here number of pole is 1, number of 0 is 1. P is 1. Z is 1. So P minus Z is equal to 0. No asymptote, no centroid, no angle of asymptote, such things are there because this is a simple problem. I am taking such a simple problem to explain the stability, concept of stability. So I am going to draw the root locus diagram. First is pole. Pole, it is here at minus 2. And we are having a 0 here. So, where the root locus diagram will exist? Where the root locus diagram will exist? In between pole and 0. It will start from pole and from 0. And we are one more check. This is no question of finding angle of arrival, angle of departure because complex pole zeros are not there. So the root locus will exist in the real axis only. So we have to check on the right side, number of poles plus 0 is odd, only 1. So root locus exists in this branch. But after that, number of poles plus 0 is even. So root locus will not exist. So this is the area where root locus is present. Then direction. Root locus will start from pole. Okay. Root locus will start from pole and end in 0. So this is the starting point of root locus and this is the ending point of root locus. Up to this, everything is clear. I completed a simple root locus. So now I want to prove that stability. What is stability? In stability, in previous lectures, we already covered stability from location of poles. So from the location of poles of closed loop transfer function, we can find stability. So closed loop transfer function is nothing but g of s by 1 plus g of s h of s. And this denominator is giving characteristic equation. Is it clear? So solution of s from this term. solution of S from characteristic equation, these S values from characteristic equation is nothing but poles of closed loop transfer function. Why? Because this is denominator of closed loop transfer function. Denominator will give poles. So, roots of characteristic equation. Roots of characteristic equation is nothing but, please look, roots of characteristic equation nothing but denominator of CLTF. Denominator of CLTF gives poles of closed loop transfer function. So, this is important. You have to write it in your notebook like this. Poles of closed loop transfer function is nothing but that is equal to roots of characteristic equation. And behavior of these roots or poles of closed loop transfer function will say our system is stable or unstable. If all the poles of closed loop transfer function are at left, system will be stable. If all the roots of characteristic equation or all the poles of closed loop transfer function both are equal, all the poles of closed loop transfer function all are left, stable. At least one in right, unstable. Some in left and some in imaginary axis. What is the condition? The third point, some poles are there in left, but still some of the poles are there on the imaginary axis. Then system is marginally stable. If some poles are left, some poles are on the imaginary axis, and some poles of closed loop transfer function are on the right, then unstable. If any one of the poles is there at the right side, definitely unstable. So, we have to cross relate this concept, because in this diagram, this is pole of open loop transfer function and this is 0 of open loop transfer function. We have to relate these 2 points with the poles of closed loop transfer function. Then only we can comment about the stability of this figure. That is the main focus of today's class. So, please note up to this. So, some in left and some in imaginary axis means marginally stable. All are left, stable. At least one in right, unstable. Many of the poles are left and some poles are on the imaginary axis, marginally stable. This is the condition you have to remember. So, now we are trying to cross-relate this open loop poles and 0 to poles of closed loop transfer function. Then only we can say about the stability of this system. So, first of all, I want to apply k is equal to 0 for characteristic equation. Why so? Because for all root locus branches, starting point represents k is equal to 0. I will prove it. And ending points represent k is equal to infinity. So, nothing but root locus diagram means we are varying k from 0 to infinity. We are boosting the gain from 0 to infinity and we are observing about the stability. When k increases, there is chances for become unstable. So we will check it. Okay. Now, so characteristic equation is equal to 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So 1 plus ks by s plus 2, that is equal to 0. So I am cross multiplying it. S plus 2 plus ks is equal to 0. So the denominator s plus 2 is cross multiplied to the right side. Then finally it will become s plus 2 plus ks is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation. So in the characteristic equation, for converting the initial point to closed loop transfer function condition, I am putting k is equal to 0. Simple calculation, don't get confused. I am putting k is equal to 0 in this equation. What happened? This term will become 0. This term will become 0. So it will become s plus 2 is equal to 0. Or other words, it is s is equal to minus 2. Now, what is this s is equal to minus 2? It is nothing but characteristic equation's root of characteristic equation. S plus 2 is equal to 0 is characteristic equation. S is equal to minus 2 is the solution of that equation or root of that equation. In other words, it comes from the denominator of closed loop transfer function. So, root of characteristic equation is nothing but denominator solution of closed loop transfer function or pole of closed loop transfer function. So, s is equal to minus 2 is the pole of closed loop transfer function when k is equal to 0. That is important. If k is not equal to 0, we will get another solution. But for the characteristic equation, if you are giving k is equal to 0, then the pole is s is equal to minus 2. Now, please check both sides. In left side, you will get s is equal to minus 2 as pole of open loop transfer function, pole of open loop transfer function. But on the right side, I find the closed loop transfer function denominator, that is nothing but characteristic equation, and I took the solution, that is the pole of closed loop transfer function with k is equal to 0. So when k is equal to 0, pole of open loop transfer function is equal to pole of closed loop transfer function at k is equal to 0. Important conclusion. So now this point is nothing but a point of closed loop transfer function. It is also a valid point of, it is not simply a pole of open loop transfer function, but while doing this derivation and putting k is equal to 0, it represents the pole of open loop transfer function. So that pole is at the left side. So when k is equal to 0, this pole is at left side and it is stable. It is stable. Now I am going to increase the gain. Increase the gain 5, 10, 100, 1000, like I am going to increase the gain up to infinity. Finally, this point will represent k is equal to infinity. I want to prove that. Now I am going to, initially I put k is equal to 0. On the second step of this derivation, I am going to put k is equal to infinity. And I will prove this point is not simply a pole, not simply a 0 of open loop transfer function, but it is also a pole of closed loop transfer function. Then only I can say about the stability. Okay, let us do the derivation. So this is the characteristic equation or denominator of closed loop transfer function equal to 0. So its solution is nothing but, I am repeating this point to make it clear in your mind. So roots of characteristic equation is nothing but poles of closed loop transfer function. So s plus 2 plus ks is equal to 0, that is the characteristic equation. Now for finding the second point, I am going to, or finding this point, I am going to put k is equal to infinity in this. And before that, let me rearrange by taking k outside. 1 by k into s plus 2 plus s is equal to 0. Just took the k outside of the entire equation. Now put k is equal to infinity. So it will become 1 by infinity into s plus 2 plus s is equal to 0. So 1 by infinity is 0. Then we will get s is equal to 0. Very important conclusion. S is equal to 0. S is equal to 0, nothing but solution of characteristic equation. That is nothing but pole of closed loop transfer function at k is equal to infinity. Please compare this to the open loop pole and 0. Same thing you got here. It is nothing but equal to open loop 0. So this is open loop 0. S is equal to 0. The open loop 0 is not simply a 0. It is having some other meanings also. So open loop 0 that you are seeing in the root locus diagram is pole of closed loop transfer function at k is equal to 0. Both are same. S is equal to 0, S is equal to 0. Let me write here. This is on the first solution, this is 0 of open loop transfer function, and that is equal to pole of closed loop transfer function at k is equal to infinity. So 0 of open loop transfer function is pole of closed loop transfer function. So both these points, starting points and ending points, are poles of closed loop transfer function. And what you did, initially k was 0, now k is infinity. So you are increasing k and checking whether the pole is at the left side or not. Both are poles. So in this particular case, in this particular case, let me rub this side. Is it okay? Okay. So in this particular case, when k is varied from 0 to infinity, when k is 0, pole of open loop transfer function is at left. Stability, it is showing the system is stable. And when k is varied up to infinity, the pole is moving. Pole is at imaginary axis. So what is the conclusion? If you want stability, don't move the k in such a fashion. You have to restrict the k in some value just away from the imaginary axis. If you are increasing up to infinity, the pole of closed loop transfer function will reach the imaginary axis. Then the system will become what? Marginally stable. So what is the use of this root locus diagram? It is teaching you the entire behavior of the control system while you are increasing the k. So it will give you some knowledge that you have to limit the value of k at some point in order to attain the stability. Don't increase k blindly. If you are increasing k up to infinity, the system will become marginally stable. So this is the derivation for showing the stability condition, stability from root locus diagram, or it is just trying to prove poles of a open loop transfer function is nothing but pole of closed loop transfer function when k is equal to 0. On other hand, 0 of a open loop transfer function is nothing but pole of closed loop transfer function when k is equal to infinity. We already done that with the example. Now it is a simple derivation. So open loop transfer function is nothing but k into some numerator in terms of S domain by denominator in terms of S domain. That is n of s by d of s, numerator of s by denominator of s. K should be here because we are going to vary this k. So characteristic equation is nothing but open loop transfer function is g of s h of s. So characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to 0. So 1 plus k into numerator of s by denominator of s, that is equated to 0. So cross multiply and equate this denominator to 0. Then it will become d of s plus k n of s and denominator is equated to 0. So d of s plus k n of s is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation. Now I want to put k is equal to 0 in the characteristic equation in order to get the first point or starting point of root locus diagram. So if I am putting k is equal to 0 in this equation, it will become d of s is equal to 0. So in this equation, find the value of s. That is nothing but root of characteristic equation or pole of closed loop transfer function. So d of s is equal to 0 here. And here d of s is equal to 0 is what is this? Pole or 0? Pole of open loop transfer function. And here d of s is equal to 0 is nothing but pole of closed loop transfer function when k is equal to 0. So it is proved pole of closed loop transfer function is equal to 0 of open loop transfer function. For open loop transfer function, denominator is nothing but denominator will give 0. For closed loop transfer function, the solution will give its denominator, or in other words, it is pole of closed loop transfer function. Sorry, it's a small mistake is here. So pole of closed loop transfer function is nothing but pole of open loop transfer function. Pole of open loop transfer function at k is equal to 0. This is proved already. Now I want to put k is equal to infinity in order to find the last point. This is the first point or represent the starting point of root locus diagram. Now I am going to put k is equal to infinity. Then the equation will become from this equation, from equation 1, I want to take k outside as we already did. K is taken outside, so it is 1 by k into k is taken outside, it is 1 by k into d of s plus n of s, that is equal to 0. So this k can be taken to this side. So this is nothing but 1 by k ds plus n of s is equal to 0. Put k is equal to infinity. This whole term will become 0 plus n of s is equal to 0. Now this is the characteristic equation when k is equal to infinity. And the root of the characteristic equation will give pole of closed loop transfer function. That is n of s is equal to 0. Pole of closed loop transfer function n of s is equal to 0. That is nothing but equal to numerator of open loop transfer function. That is nothing but numerator of open loop transfer function, that will give 0 of open loop transfer function. So we can write it is equal to 0 of open loop transfer function when k is equal to infinity. So it is well proved. Starting point and this is ending point. Ending point of root locus branch. So starting point is pole of closed loop transfer function at k is equal to 0 and ending point is pole of closed loop transfer function when k is equal to infinity. So both the points are poles of closed loop transfer function. If both the point lies in the left half side or entire root locus diagram lies in the left half side like this, whatever, starting point and ending point, everything is lies in the left half side, root locus diagram is stable. If this is moving towards right and crossing the imaginary axis, then at the right side these values in this region of k shows that root locus diagram is unstable. This is the ending. If this is the ending point, this is k is equal to infinity, and this, if this is the starting point, this is k is equal to 0. For all branches we can mark this k is equal to 0, k is equal to infinity. But if that is extending beyond the imaginary axis and moving towards right side, system will become unstable. We have to limit k. That is the one and only concept for analyzing the stability from root locus diagram. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you are having doubt, you can mail me or you can call me. Thank you. We'll meet in the next class.